So there's a big problem with blind spots on the C8 Corvette, but I'm going to show you a way on how to turn this amount of blind spot on the Corvette and turn it into this. And it all comes down to what's in this box, and it comes from Paragon Performance. On top of that, we have an extra cool mod that's also in this box that we're going to talk about and install at the same time. So with that being said, let's get into it. So thanks for tuning in, guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We do product reviews, how to install videos, and the occasional car rally, but all around the C8 Corvette platform. With that being said, let's get into what's in this box. Alrighty, so what do we have? So we have what looks to be very nice packaging from Paragon Performance, and it looks to be the wide angle mirror extensions that you can get from Paragon Performance that help to give you a little bit extra view from your side mirror. Now these are the blue versions that I ordered that I'm going to install on my C8. They're compatible with your blind spot awareness test, and these are an easy plug and play system that we'll show you in an upcoming video on how to properly install these on your C8. But overall, let's put this to the side real quick and see what else we got in the box. So with that, we also have our other package here, which is a little hard to see what it is, but what these are your LED sequential mirrors that you can get for your C8, and they also come from Paragon Performance. So let's taking this out of the box right here. So these are going to be a direct replacement to your LEDs that you have on your C8 Corvette on your side mirrors, but they come in a smoke finish as well as a sequential action, which actually work really well with the Paragon Performance 3D grill bezels that you can also get, that can also come in a sequential pattern as well. So we'll take a look at that in a second and get back to the actual what's going to fix your blind spots on your C8 Corvette. Opening out the box, and we'll take out this first mirror out of the package to see how it looks. So this is for the right hand side. This is for the right hand side. Taking a look at it, it looks pretty spot on in regards to how that finishes and such. The wiring all looks very professional and, you know, basically top-notch quality that you would expect from Paragon. Now, these wide angle mirrors, how they work is they have a slight convex shape to the lens, which allows you to get just slightly a little bit more visibility from them. So you do retain your blind spot capabilities as well as your defrosting capabilities as well in replacement of your OEMs. So that's really good that you retain those features. So in the package, you do also get your hardware that you would need to do this install. And again, this is a plug and play feature, which makes it a much easier install to do, and it helps you to just be able to get this done in a few hours time. So these retail for about $249.99, but you can usually find them on a pretty good deal, whether it's through Paragon Performance or some third-party seller. And I'll have links in the description below on where you can find these, and with a discount as well, as if you use my discount code. So definitely check that out if you're interested. And on top of that, they do have sequential LED turn signals built within the actual part of the mirror, which is probably going to be a little bit difficult to see, but those will be a little bit easier to show once I have it installed and can actually turn on that function and such. But overall, again, yeah, really good quality. I'm really excited to have this. Honestly, this is one of those things that I really wish I had gotten this a lot sooner. I can't tell you how many close calls I've had driving where, especially in Texas, for some reason, your on and off ramps come at a 45-degree angle at sometimes, and which is conveniently where the blind spot is on the C8 Corvette. Even with me having the rear mirror camera, which just doesn't capture it on the passenger side especially. And I have to, the only way I figured out how to get around it is to slow down really early from the ramp to be able to see further out, to then be able to accelerate and just basically hope that there's nobody there as I merge at the same speed that everyone else should be going if there's anybody there, which is not the safest way, but it's better than stopping at the end of a ramp and you're completely blind, especially in this especially when you're trying to get off of the highway or whatnot, and you have no idea if there's somebody there. This is going to help with that, and I'm so glad to be getting this, because I mean, my normal weekday job route, one particular part of the route, I'm facing that exactly every single morning. So I'm really glad I'm gonna have this, so I can have a little bit of peace of mind when I'm trying to just get to work and I'm not gonna wreck my C8 kind of deal. And honestly, like, it's something that for the price that you're getting, it is a great little peace of mind to have. Like, just gives you that extra visibility. Definitely think this is worth it, and and I totally recommend having one of these. So this is your right hand side mirror, which I think I'm holding, which I realize I've just been holding upside down this whole entire time, but you get what I'm trying to say with this. So in the package, when you purchase, you get your right hand side mirror. Then you also get, which they also have, like, the packages has a quality control that they're actually inspecting these before they send it out, which is good, you know, making sure that there's no issues with, well, what you're basically paying for. So you have then your left hand side mirror, which is, again, really nicely done. I mean, this is top-notch quality, always from Paragon. I really love their products so much. And then from there, the last piece that you get is essentially some plug-in harnesses and such to make those LED built-in turn signals on these lights work. It has the actual harnesses to utilize with that. So again, we'll show in an upcoming video how to, like, in detail, how to install these on your C8. By the way, if you find this information useful, I would invite you to subscribe to the channel as well as like this video. It does help me know that this kind of content is useful to you, as well as help grow the channel. So thank you for that. So the next thing that we can then talk a little bit about are these LED sequential turn signals that you can also put into your side mirrors. And let's see, so let me take off the actual wrapping on this. Do that in one nice simple fell swoop. That looks, the quality of this, especially the smoke look. So if you're not aware of these are the sequential mirrors that you can get from Paragon Performance. If you're intending to put the wide angle mirrors, this is a great extra install you can do, because you're gonna be there doing all this work. This is a natural, really nice feature with the sequential lightings that'll match actually with the LED grill bezels that you can get for your C8 Corvette that also work in a sequential manner, and it just ties everything in. I think it looks absolutely great when you can tie all those different things in. So I'm really excited to actually install this on and see how it looks. But again, the quality of the manufacturing looks top notch. I mean, this looks like it's going to last a good amount of time with no kind of issues. The wiring, it looks very professional. And yeah, so it looks great. So these LED sequential mirrors go for $129.99 from like retail price, but you can again find them for a discount at certain times. And again, I'll have links in the description below where you can find these, and as well as get a pretty nice little discount for your order. So definitely check out that. Use the code New Horizon to save yourself a little bit of money on these. So with this actual kit, you get actually a little bit of extra stuff, including some hardware to actually help you do the install, which is, you get like a little flat, like Phillips screwdriver, which is nice to get. And then you also get a scraper tool that is going to be kind of handy to have. I have my own tools already to begin with, but it's kind of nice to know that they provide these just to get you going, because those are like kind of the minimums that you need in order to be able to do this install. So that's really good that they give you that. So, and then in the bag, the last thing that they have is the other side for the LED turn signals. Take this out of the bag and take off the wrapping for this. Take it off. And again, I mean, the quality of this is absolutely top notch. I mean, that's one thing, at least with when it comes to Paragon's products. I mean, I have no real worry about their quality standards. Everything I've ever ordered from Paragon has always lasted, me very well. So I feel pretty darn confident that this is not going to be any kind of problems whatsoever. And again, like, yeah, the wiring, which especially like in the joint areas where like you can sometimes have the tendency for any kind of leaks or whatnot, or moisture getting through, which would cause issues with these. I don't see any issues with these. Looks This looks very, very well manufactured, and again, I'm excited to put this on my C8. So this will be a cool little extra mod. So that's what you get in the box. So we have our extended mirrors and then these LED sequential turn signals that you can get as well. So we're gonna go and install these on the C8, and I'll have a how-to video on how to install these on your C8 coming up. When that video comes out, you'll see it right here. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get these installed and show you what it looks like. So let's get started on that. So alrighty guys, so we installed the wide angle mirror and the LED sequential lights on the C8. Now for the actual mirrors themselves, because it has a convex shape to it, you do get a little bit of a warping effect, which is obviously the point, is like you're getting a wide angle mirror. But it's not anything that's too distracting in my opinion. It's just more of you have to kind of get a little used to it. A single drive and I already was used to it, so it wasn't a big deal to me. I do like that the mirrors do have those LED turn signal lights built into them, as well as you still retain your blind zone alert, which is really nice that you're still able to keep those kind of functions, as well as the function of that reduces the amount of condensation on the actual lenses themselves. Now you do lose that functionality from the OEM in regards to being able to have the auto dim. It doesn't have that function, but that's part of the reason why I got the blue version as compared to just the regular chrome version, as that acts as a natural dimming film so that you get reduced glare from cars behind you, especially at night, kind of deal. Now the install itself was not too bad. It was a little bit tricky in regards to some of the actual plastic pieces. The plastic tabs are a little bit fragile. You definitely want to make sure that you're doing this install in a warmer climate, like above 60 degrees at least, and you just want to make sure you take your time with it. All right, I'll be honest, I messed up one of my sides, and I'll show what you can avoid so you don't have to tell your wife like I had to on why you broke something that you shouldn't have broken. Anywho, so we took some drone footage before and after to kind of see what the difference in the blind spots are, and it was actually kind of interesting result. So if you have that rear mirror camera, that camera itself actually can get a really wide range to help improve the blind spots on there. And I knew that kind of already to begin with, but I figured these mirrors would actually extend that. And come to find out, they actually get about the same distance as when you're using the camera. So what that translates to me is that you've already maximized the amount of reducing your blind spots in certain avenues. Now, that being said, if you did not have that function and you just had a regular rear mirror, that's when you can really get some of the advantages of using these wide angle mirrors. You'll get essentially the same kind of effect as having that actual camera in there. So for those that have the 1LT options or the ones that don't have the actual rear camera, that's where this mod is actually going to make a pretty big difference. Now, does that mean that the wide angle mirrors don't actually make any kind of difference if you do have that rear camera? No, it doesn't necessarily mean that. You'll have a wider overlay in regards to what the camera sees as well as what your side mirror sees. So you get a little bit of better protection in regards to having better situational awareness between all the different mirrors that you're using. So I think it's still useful, but it is interesting to note that if you do have the wide angle mirrors, it might not necessarily make as much of a difference. So that's something to kind of keep in mind if you're considering purchasing them. Now, as for the LED sequential lights that I put on, I think they just look really nice. And honestly, it really actually does tie in really well if you have the LED grill bezels. So I definitely think it's a nice add-on to kind of complete that look of the sequential lights. So I actually think it's very worth it in regards to that. You get the same level of brightness as your OEM lights, and it looks really nice. So I would definitely recommend these two products, especially if you have a 1LT version where you might not have that rear camera function. It's gonna be very useful. Like, there are definite blind spots on the C8 Corvette that you're gonna want to try to minimize as much as you can, so it helps prevent any kind of accidents from happening. So one of the next videos is going to be a thorough how-to on how to install these on your C8 Corvette. When that video comes out, you'll see it right here. If not, please check out any of my other C8 videos like this one here for your C8 or car needs.